Thank you for joining me for Cam Church today. It has been my honor to attend this service every single week with you, my children, listening to my preaching words on the internet. Someone said to me today on TikTok, they said, "How are you simultaneously a pop star and a nobody?" And I thought about it and I didn't respond, but in my head I said, "You tell me. I don't know." It's very confusing for all of us. But those of you who believe in me and who are here now, thank you for seeing the same thing I see and validating my reality so that we can all overcome this toxic structure and rise into a utopian paradise of bliss and mutual understanding. Today we're talking from Belief Makes Real. I have preached on this topic many times, but I'm going to pray right now to connect to my higher self to bring new information to you on this topic that has never yet been said or identified. So let's dive into the text. You have a magic power to manifest reality around yourself, both in the space of personal reality and also in the space of the macrocosm of the whole earth and the universe. Belief Makes Real is manifestation in its purest form. It is the expectation of the world. For you to truly understand the concept of belief makes real, you must truly deconstruct your entire reality and thought system. Already, we're in the deep end of the pool. How do we break this down? How do we explain this? Here's the next section. To break down your previous thought system, ask yourself questions like, what are the thoughts and beliefs that I have? Where did I get this thought? Who or what taught this thought to me? Why did I trust that source of information? Do I believe this thought to be inherently true based on the reliability of the person who told it to me? Is this thought something I feel like everybody knows? Is this thought something I have experienced directly with my experience? Would this thought be different if I had a different outlook on life? We're in a really weird time right now. Our political situation is pretty intense, and I think that this is a great place to practice Belief Makes Real. Because even though we say that we live in a democracy, your vote doesn't necessarily mean that whoever you voted for is going to become president, right? This is because you're going up against social reality. The way that the universe works is that we each have the same amount of power as individuals. The idea of someone who is wealthy having a lot of power is bullshit. The idea that someone who has a high-ranking social position, like a politician or like a CEO, having more power, that's bullshit. And there's a false system of power that has been designed and perpetuated on this planet that touches every aspect of our being. This false system of power is called a hierarchy. It's a top-down power pyramid, and it doesn't reflect spiritual truth. It is a glorification of physical reality and physical reality alone, and it closes its eyes to the reality of spiritual truth. This top-down power pyramid says that you have a certain value and privilege based on the color of skin that you have, based on your upbringing, based on your education, based on your socioeconomic status, based on your job, based on your title, based on the car you drive, based on the clothes you wear. This is the hierarchy. And everybody does their best to climb up to a position where they can be comfortable. And everybody feels like they're not allowed or capable to climb up to the rungs above them. At the same time, the American dream is this weird spell that everyone's under that tells us that we can, if we are special enough, if we work hard enough, miraculously ascend into the upper echelons of this false power dynamic if we work hard. This lie has created a tireless slave class of working people who work for $7, $8, $9 an hour building the backbone of this country because they know that in their heart they deserve to be recognized for their power. And that desire, that knowing of their own value is abused and used to create the system of the hierarchy, to create the economy, which is a slave class endeavor. The economy is a slave class endeavor in so much as 99% of people are trapped in it, working for the 1% who are not trapped in it. So, this hierarchy and your position as a reality creator within it is multidimensional. First of all, you get to see through the bullshit reality of the social hierarchy that we have created, of this false power dynamic. You get to say, you know what? I have just as much potential as anyone who is wildly successful. I have just as much potential as anyone who is wildly successful. That is one of my affirmations. I highly recommend that you use it in the mirror whenever you want, all day, every day, because you do. You are just as powerful as anyone else. Your spirit has the capability to bring energy in from the higher realms and to transform your reality, everything around you, with just as much beauty and unique worth as anyone else. So we have to understand, what is true power? What is true power? What do I mean when I say that we're all equally powerful? You don't have the same skin color. You don't have the same amount of money. You don't have the same opportunities. That's not true power. True power is your ability to resonate on your truth. True power is your ability to connect to your higher self and bring that energy into your body and radiate it out into your world and have an effect on other reality creators so that we can all simultaneously create a brighter and more hopeful reality. That's true power. Your true power is the ability to take negative energy and transmute it and heal it into positive energy. That's true power. Does that get glorified in our society? No. Everyone who knows how to do that is living on an inheritance or working 2 jobs. There are not many healers who are making a living off of healing. That does not mean that what they do isn't powerful. It actually means that what they do is very powerful, but it's not recognized by the false power dynamic that exists. So your first task is to see through the bullshit, to see through the false reality of reality creators that have been led astray and that have tricked us all into thinking that money and social status and skin color and cars and clothing and makeup and plastic surgery are what make you a valuable person. Femmes are up to their ears with it as far as the sexualization of their entire being and the male gaze and living within it. Men are up to their ears in it with having to be strong and powerful and fit into the masculine dynamic. Trans people are up to their ears in it in trying to be their true selves, even though the world tells us that we don't exist, that we shouldn't exist, and that we're wrong for being who we really are. So there are cracks in this reality that are only becoming clearer, that will only become more clear. The corruption in the government, the corruption of the poll situation, and the election being completely manipulated. The fact that the people can't really vote for who they really want to vote for, and the fact that the rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting poorer, the fact that we still don't have health care for everybody that's affordable, that people go into debt, the fact that student loan debt is astronomical and still no one has forgiven it, the fact that $15 as a minimum wage is ridiculous even though it's the bare minimum. These are the cracks that are starting to show, and they're only going to become more obvious until we reclaim our power as individuals and start to see through the bullshit power dynamics of people we call leaders, and we start to turn to people who are actually leading our spiritual benefit. They're actually leading us for spiritual benefit. Who is actually leading you for your spiritual benefit? This is what we have to learn to see and value. Spiritual healers should be the highest paid workers in America. But you know what they would do with their money is they would make sure to create systems that benefit everyone. So money itself is a toxic structure. It doesn't need to be such a toxic structure. But because it's unequally distributed and because people don't have what they basically need, it's not helpful. So what does it mean when I say belief makes real? Does it mean that you can just strut on into work wearing your cult robes saying, I am in a cult and you all are brainwashed? Sure, you can. But does it mean that you're going to change other people's perception of you? No. Does it mean you're going to instantly dismantle the false power situations that exist in the world? No. It means that you get to be who you really are, live how you really want to live, interpret reality however you want to interpret reality, and you have no ability, as far as you're concerned, to change other people or to direct their power. We have to acknowledge each person as an autonomous reality creator. And that's what Unicult is a practice in. That's what's like so anti-cult about it, as far as what people think of cults. Because most cults try to get everybody, we talked about this with the Unity sermon last week, most cults try to get everybody to think in the same way and create an enemy. And how many cults are you part of in your life that are like that? Well, I'm a Republican or a Democrat and I don't like the other side. Well, I'm this type of person and I don't like that type of person. And in my town, we just keep to ourselves and they keep to themselves. How many groups are you a part of that are like that are fear-based, that are structured around your separateness? Unicult is about unity, but you cannot put your own ideas onto other people. You cannot expect that your reality is going to instantly transform social reality, because we are all individual creators, and when we collect our energy, it goes into social reality. So we each have equal amounts of power until we get to social reality, which has more power than any one individual, because groups of people working together are the most powerful force on the planet. So when you have a group of people working together to say, we like this hierarchy, we believe this person has more power than you can't go up against that very easily and change them. You don't have to worry about that. But you can radically transform your own experience of the world. And yes, your radical transformation of your own experience of the world will ripple out and have a positive effect on other people, and it will transform them, and it will challenge them, and it will drive them crazy because you're making them look at things they don't want to look at. But you don't need to worry about that. That is not the goal. The goal is to create peace and harmony inside your own conscious experience. Because truly, when you get down to it, there is nothing else. Your own conscious experience is the most important thing in your universe. So when you take a look at the chaos and the confusion and the bullshit of the world, and you feel hopeless and you feel lost, you can focus your energy on your own internal experience and not worry about anything else. When you can resonate in a peaceful harmony, you are creating Unitopia for yourself. You're creating paradise, and it ripples out from you and it affects other people. But that's not the goal. The goal is to have a good life. The goal is to enjoy your experience. This works especially if you're solipsistic, if you think maybe everyone's NPC, maybe I'm the only person, maybe I'm in the afterlife, maybe I'm dead. I trip out on that shit all the fucking time. But you know what always grounds me, what gets me back into my state of total bliss? Is that reality that I am still experiencing whatever this is. It might be a dream, it might be the afterlife, it might be real, it might be a simulation, it might be some kind of video game that I uploaded myself into. I don't know. But I do know that I keep waking up in this place. And I keep having the same body that slowly changes every day. And this mind that slowly changes every minute. And that's pretty interesting. And I get to do whatever I want with this body and this mind. And I figured out that the best way to live my life is to feel a sense of peace and harmony inside my own psyche, no matter what's going on in the world. So that's my goal. My goal is to live in a state of near constant joy. And how do we do this? You say, Unicole, that sounds great, but also impossible. How am I supposed to harmonize my internal state when there's bombs and explosions and gunshots and politicians and tyrants and fascists and protesters and plagues and fires? And this is our test. This is our test of being surrounded by absolute chaos and still finding that peace within us. Your reaction to chaos with chaos only creates more chaos. And also it ruins your experience of life. Your reaction to chaos with peace brings peace. Your reaction to problems with problems only creates more problems. Your reaction to problems with solutions creates solutions. You have a lot of power, and it starts inside yourself. Pandora Sprox on TikTok had a live stream the other day, and it said, "The way out is in." And I love that. It's so simple, and it seems almost like a trick. But truly, to find peace, you cannot look outside of yourself. Oh, if I buy this one more thing, if I just had a bigger house, if I just had a new car, if I just had a working computer, if I just had this or that, then maybe I would be happy. You deserve to be out of poverty. You deserve to have all the tools that make your true heart glow. You deserve to have nourishing food. You deserve to have access to clean water that isn't poisoning you. Yeah. But we have to acknowledge how we can be grateful despite not having access to these things. How can we radiate a sense of peace while at the same time knowing we can still grow? Knowing that growth is infinite. And knowing that our reality will transform as we grow. Going inside of ourselves and figuring out how to create the reality we want to see inside of ourselves, first and foremost, is the only way to accomplish anything in this world, truly. You can go out and you can burn down a building and you can hammer through a wall and you can try to create things and you can try to make everybody appreciate you and you can try to make everybody understand you and you can go on Instagram and you can edit your photos to be more beautiful and you can become this person you think everyone wants you to be. But it's never going to be real. The reality, your reality, is reality. Your reality, what you experience emotionally, spiritually, reactionarily, your thoughts, every fucking thought you have inside your head is reality. So instead of saying, "Why don't they like me? I must be too weird," you say, "Everybody likes me for my unique energy." Why not? Why not just believe that? Why do you have to believe something that hurts you? Even if they have their own insecurity and fear and they're projecting it onto you, why do you have to take it on? You don't. Everybody likes me. I'm very unique. I'm very special. I have just as much potential as anyone who's wildly successful. I have the solutions to every problem. I can heal all of my trauma. I believe in a brighter and more hopeful future. These are the thoughts that you can replace whatever self-deprecating thoughts you have. Your belief about the world is often informed by information that was given to you by your parents, by teachers, by TV, movies, media, advertisements, friends. Why are these people more trustworthy than your own experience? If everybody says, wow, I can't believe that you get to be a professional diver, and your parents are like, I'm so proud that you're a professional diver. We really wanted you to be a professional. And you're like, yeah, everyone tells me that it's great to be a professional diver, but every time you get up to dive, you feel like throwing up and every part of your bones want to break because you hate it so much. What's the reality? Is the reality that everyone's telling you that it's great? Or is the reality that you know it's not? You have to reanalyze every single thought you've ever had. You have to understand every single bit of information you've ever been told. The institutions that have taught you things, TV, movies, media, school, those are all corrupt. They were all controlled by a specific elite ruling class meant to brainwash you into submission. You have to unpack and dismantle all of these realities and find your own true power that experiences reality in its own true way. You have to understand that language is just a structure for your mind to exist within, and the words that run and the constant thoughts that cycle in your head are yours. They're yours. You can watch those thoughts and you can control them because it is in your domain. Within manifestation, there's an aspect of reality creation that comes from our own imagination. Every single thing you see, touch, feel that is not straight from nature came from a human's idea. Every book, these are all ideas. These are all complex ideas. This painting was an idea. The paint that I used was an idea. Everything you touch that is human-made started as an imaginative idea. When you use your mind to visualize realities, what's the most common imaginary game that adults play? Adults play imaginary games all the frickin' time, just like kids. But we think that some imaginary games are more grown up than other imaginary games. And the imaginary games that we play as an adult are usually toxic. We play the imaginary game, what if? Oh, what if I had just said that thing? What if I didn't say that thing? What if they don't like me? What if they do like me? What if I like them too much? What if they don't like me enough? What if I got $1 million? What if I don't have $1 million ever? What if I never get accepted? What if I'm always rejected? What if is usually done in a toxic way. I want to encourage each of you to access your child self, to access the imaginative part of your reality, and to connect to the positive what if. What if everybody likes me? What if this person just loves me? What if I'm enough? What if I can be happy right now? What if I'm able to accomplish all my dreams? It's just going to take a few more years. What if I can be happy right now? What if I focus in on this one task? What if I try? There's a silly saying, dare to begin. It's powerful though. It's like I almost bought a notebook just because it said that on it, even though I didn't like or need the notebook. Dare to begin. We have to analyze all the ways that we hold ourselves back in our own mind. You are creating imaginative situations in your mind at every moment. I know I have to do this, but I don't want to do it because this and this and this. You're telling yourself a story. Become a master storyteller for yourself. Entertain yourself in a way that is beneficial, in a way that is fun. So when we use our imagination, it's more than just stories. You can literally create things in your mind. And I mean this, I discovered there are two distinct ways to visualize things in your mind. When you close your eyes and you visualize a rose, most people, I don't know if this is true, some people will use their memory and they will access an image of a rose in their memory. Other people will quite literally see, just the same as if their eyes were open, see the light and color of a rose. Anyone can do both of these things, but they do take practice. You can practice by looking at a rose, closing your eyes, looking at a rose, closing your eyes, looking at a rose, closing your eyes, and see if you can start to get the imprint on your actual eyes. Because I have been guided by my alien guides to practice this, because when you can entirely visually, literally see something, even if your eyes are closed, if you can literally see it, you are creating it. This is with the power of your third eye. First of all, you create a thought form, and the thought form exists, and then that lets reality come through it. Let's say you're fighting with someone. You visualize, you see in your mind's eye, you experience them as their higher self. And you imagine their higher self coming into their body, unconditional love coming into their body, and all of their strife and all of their torment melts away, and they see the higher understanding. When you visualize that, you don't do it for them, but you build a ladder for them to do it themselves. You psychically send them the option. Hey, remember your higher self? I see it. I'm here supporting you. And I support you connecting to that. No words need to be spoken. This is all done psychically and it works. When you can consciously see someone else's higher self and send them unconditional love for their strife, and you can say, I believe in your ability to access your higher self. You build a bridge between them and their higher self, and you hold space for that reality. The rest of manifestation is exactly like this. When you imagine that you're going to go to the store and find the perfect apple, and you can imagine what it feels like, the emotional feeling, what it feels like to get that apple, you allow reality to bend around your creation. You are a reality creator. Your ability to feel and see these realities creates them. Guess what? Guess what, though? If you say, Unicole, I have been imagining $1 million in my bank account every day for 10 years, and I have never once gotten $1 million in my bank account. But every day I pretend like I open my phone and I pretend like $1 million is in my bank account and it's not there, and I get so mad and upset. Sometimes I cry. What is this person doing wrong? This is a freaking hard thing to describe. The subtleties of this, and there's a couple layers. The Earth is not a simple generator of energy. There's not a simple solution to manifestation, because there are a few layers. The first is, yes, you have to visualize it. The second is, where is your emotional state as you're visualizing it? Are you angry? Are you mad? Are you upset? Do you feel entitled? Do you feel like you're incomplete without this thing? You can never manifest something that you feel like you're incomplete without, because you're not truly visualizing it. The feelings of lack and blockages that you have for this thing are going to block you and prevent you from having it. You can do theta healing, you can do shadow healing, you can try to uncover all those blocks. But the easiest way to cut through that is to just be grateful for what you have. To just say, I am connected to the source of all abundance. Don't look at your bank account, don't think about money. Say, I am connected to the source of all abundance, and see abundance all around you. Nature is popping off. You know why it's hard to manifest money, even if you're in a super aligned place? It's because money is controlled. Money is not abundance. Money is lack. The entire idea of money is predicated on the idea of lack. So it is difficult to manifest abundance through money because it is predicated on lack. And it's very difficult to cut through that lack to manifest money. The best thing to do is to focus on true abundance and pray that our systems of financial reality transform to be aligned with true abundance and not lack. The last aspect of manifestation is that if something isn't meant for you, you can't have it. And you have to be okay with that. The truth of that is letting go of attachment. If something is not meant for you, you can't have it. It's not meant for you. And you get to be okay with that because you get to trust that reality is aligned in your best interest, truly. Your highest growth. Reality is working in you. Reality is on your team. Reality is manifesting in your favor. Any frustration or pain that you feel from not having something that you desperately want, you get to work through, and you get to transform, and you get to heal, and you get to trust that if it's meant for you, it'll come to you, and if it's not, then it won't. And it's a harsh, evil, mean lesson. It feels that way. It's not really evil, but it feels that way. But this is the ego death. It's a bitch. You have to let go of your attachment to all of these things. You deserve safety. You deserve abundance. You deserve love. But they might not appear in the same way that you expect them to have. You will absolutely accomplish abundance. You will absolutely accomplish love. You will absolutely accomplish success. But it might not be based on the same toxic metrics that you've pre-established based on this toxic reality. Letting go of attachment and vibing, because it's not about the physical manifestation of these things. What is the physical manifestation of your desire? What is it? Is it the end of your desire? No. You just desire something else. What is so great about the physical manifestation of what you desire? Temporary relief, a feeling that you were right, feeling justified. Can you feel like you were right now? Can you know that you're justified right now? Can you know that you're worth it? Can you know that you deserve it right now? Physical reality doesn't matter. Your own sense of well-being and peace and harmony is what matters. And no matter how many things you accomplish, no matter how many things you buy, no matter how many physical markers you get to check off your box, that is never going to be the solution to your own internal struggle. You could get married, you could have kids, you could buy a big house, you could have a boat, you could pay off all your debt, you could be appreciated at your job, you could get a doctorate, you could become the president. And that would not change your own ability to find joy. When we are creating our realities and breaking down our beliefs, we get to analyze information in a new way. If you read a book, Fundamentals of Unicult perhaps, and you say, what is this information? Your process of learning is that you take this information and you put it into your brain and you contemplate it. Then you have the opportunity to put it into your heart. When you put information into your heart, that becomes belief. If you have someone who you trust, someone who you have given your heart to, and they say, well, I don't think you're very good at making music. You take that information into your head, and because you love them, maybe you take it into your heart because you trust them. And you make yourself small. You make yourself sad. Nope, you get to decide. You have a guardian between your head and your heart that gets to stand up for you, that gets to be in your corner, that gets to fight for your justice. Anyone could tell you anything, and you can contemplate it, but you don't need to bring it into your heart. You have a warrior between your head and your heart with a sword. You can imagine me if it takes that. Saying, are you standing up for, are you in the highest alignment for this person's true heart? No? Then get the fuck out of here. Go away. We don't need that. Your true heart deserves joyous information. Your true heart deserves information that supports it. Take all the information that is not true and not beneficial to you and transmute it. Acknowledge your trauma, transmute it. And when you get new information, stop letting detrimental information into your heart. So when we're talking about belief, that's what it is. It's when you take information, you put it into your heart. There's a lot here. Cyclical thoughts, just watch them, run new ones, say positive affirmations out loud. Say positive affirmations out loud. Say positive affirmations out loud. You feel silly, you feel shy, you feel weird. Say your prayers at night out loud. Say positive affirmations out loud to yourself in the mirror. I am beautiful. I am a genius. I am connected to all from that which life with. I am connected to that from which all life flows. I am channeling my higher self in every moment. I forgive myself. I love myself. I deserve good things. I'm a genius. I'm talented. I'm unique. I'm important. I'm powerful. Say positive affirmations out loud. You are rewriting toxic ideology that's been in your brain. We are all spiritual leaders. Whenever we interact in our world, we are leading it spiritually. When we are negative, we can take a whole room down. When we are positive, we can raise everyone up we see. The world reacts and responds to your energy. You control your energy with your understanding and your beliefs. Your belief makes the things you believe real around you. Belief makes real. I don't need to convince you. Just try it out with patience and you'll see. When your life transforms before your very eyes, remember that it was Unicult who taught you these truths. Thank you. Let's do a prayer. Spirit of Uni, we call you here into this beautiful Cam Church. We bless all the viewers of the past, present, and future. Thank you. I'm so grateful that you're all here today. It always helps when I pray to channel the best information. I bless each of you to have a wonderful week, and we'll see you all in the Discord, our harmonious Discord of Unicult. Uni bless.